All right, what's up, guys? Now, yeah, I did see this whole situation go down a while back, where yeah, they were talking on this law that's getting ready to get passed in California, and I'm like, fam, that's good. I feel that more laws surrounding gaming needs to happen, because a lot of times you see games where the whoever the developers are, I feel like they just overall put out some stuff, and yeah, they just get away with it. And it's like, I think the reason why this whole law was being passed was because of the crew situation, where so for those that don't know of that video game, so there was this video game that came out, I think it was like 10 years ago, called The Crew. It was this Ubisoft game. I thought it was a pretty fun game, played it a couple of times. And yeah, so anyways, the game, it was available all this time. Out of nowhere, Ubisoft announced that they were going to be shutting down the servers to that game. Now, for those that don't know, that is an online only game. So it's like, if the servers are shut down, pretty much you can't play it. So if you're somebody like me and you spent money on that game, you pretty much can't play the game no more. Although you spent money for that game and it's your game, you in a way don't own it. And so that's the part that's like really messed up, because that's something that I always spoke out about, where I'm like, games don't need to be online only. You know, it's like games just need to be just like how they were when I was growing up, back when I was a kid, where they were single player games. Like, there's all these different PlayStation 2, Xbox, all those like old different games that I got back then, and I'm playing them now, and I'm all like, I ain't get hit with no, oh, the servers are shut down for this game, so therefore you can't play it. I'm like, no, bruh. My thing is this: I bought this game, I should be able to play it whenever I want. And to me, I just find that really messed up, where it's all like developers are thinking that that's a normal thing. It's not, fam. That's not normal. If that's the case, then give everybody their money back. Because if it's like, if you're not willing to do that, then fam, you shouldn't be willing to shut down the server of a video game. And it's like, you didn't even ask the fans. And that's how I know that there's a lack of communication when it comes to like game developers and publishers and the fans. The fans have no say so on what they want for a video game, whether it's a video game that's coming out or a video game that's been out for years. And shout out to I ain't gonna say all game developers and publishers, but just shout out to the people in the gaming industry where you do take the time to listen to your fans. You're curious on what your fans want for the video game. But there's just other people where it's all like, no, we don't care. We're gonna put out this game, the fans are gonna buy it, and we can do whatever we want to do. If we want to, my thing is this: if they want to shut down that game, they very well could do that. Ubisoft did it with The Crew, and I'm pretty sure that there's a bunch of other games. No, actually, I think there is one game I remember where it was kind of like, I think it was like Overwatch. But I think that game, what's it called? Lawbreakers? I think that's what that game was called. Hold on for a second. Let me, Lawbreakers video game. Yep, that was that video game. They was like, they was like, it's playable again, unofficial. Huh. Well, I had to download that and see. I'm like, overall. Yes, there's some tweet talking about the game coming back, but I'm like, I ain't seen nothing about that. But yeah, I'm like, I'll look into it and see if that game is but no, what wasn't it? No, I think that game, it still works, but they just said they wasn't going to do any other updates to it and stuff. So it's like whatever bugs and problems exist with the game, and I think that is something where it's all like there just needs to be more laws and regulations with gaming, because I just feel that developers, they just get away with it. I was getting ready to mention the video game Anthem, and it was like, I remember they said they were going to come out with these updates to fix the game, and then EA out of nowhere was all like, oh, we're not going to do anything else to that game. And so pretty much anybody that bought that game, you're stuck with a buggy game. And I'm like, I just find that very messed up. But no, yeah, I think that this is law, it's a step further, in the gaming industry, where developers, they need to take responsibilities for the games that they put out. You putting out games and they halfway messed up, broken, don't work, or it's like whatever the situation is within. It's like, fam, that's not fair to the gamer. So it's like, it either needs to be a situation where you actually sit down, you listen to the fans, or you need to stop putting out video games if you ain't gonna listen to the fans. But I just find that messed up, where there's people out there spending money on video games. Yeah, if the video game is free, I ain't got, if that was the case where it's all like they were shutting down the free video game, I'm like, hey, I ain't have to put no money into it. It's messed up. And I think I remember there was the one time where there was a free video game. Yeah, it was Need for Speed World. And I remember when that video game shut down and people not being mad about it, but they were just embracing and were enjoying that moment of the game shutting down. Like people driving around. I think they had like didn't they have like a fireworks show in that game? They were doing something, but anyways. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's stuff like that where I'm like, and even if it is, because I know another game that did that was Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and I know a lot of people are all like, oh well, the game, it did come out on PC and all the newer consoles. I'm pretty sure people ain't still playing on no Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I have an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3. I don't have Grand Theft Auto because it was the only reason why I would be buying it is to complete the story. I did that already, so it's like, but yeah, if I wanted to do some things in multiplayer, and it's like, okay, I don't want to, because like, let's say if it's a situation where I only have enough room to plug in one console, but I'm like, I do want to play Grand Theft Auto and stuff, and if I have it, I'm like, fam, I should be able to do whatever I want to do with it. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, there needs to be some sort of warning beforehand letting you know, it's like, hey, yeah, this game, we can pretty much shut it down at some point in time, so if you want to buy this game, you very well can, but if not, then yeah, you know, it's like, you have that choice. But it's just, another thing I just felt that needs to happen is more communication from the developers and publishers need to happen with the fans. I'm like, you need to start talking to us about whatever game is coming out, because I feel like a lot of the time they just blindly put out games, and then yeah, it's like, we're thinking this gonna you know, they, of course they gonna hype it up because they want people to buy it, but it's like, fam, it's like, you know, you see that with some sport games, you see that with shooter games, you see that with a lot of different games out there, and I'm like, bruh, you guys are putting out games where it seems like it's a cash grab, and then you guys don't want to do nothing with it. So, but yeah, I hope that, you know, by this law being passed and taking effect, I hope it opens up more ideas for other laws to be passed with video games. Because I'm like, nah, man, you look at video games from like when I was a kid to now, I'm like, man, I would really hate to be a kid right now playing video games, because I feel like it would have been a lot worse playing video games today than it was back then. So, and it probably would have been a situation where it's like, yeah, that's why you probably be seeing kids where they playing stuff like Fortnite, because it's a free game. They ain't got to worry about, you know, oh, I go and buy a game and then this game's broken and doesn't work. And it's like, I just imagine like my parents, they probably have been mad at me if I've been like, because it's like they don't know that much about gaming. You know, they came from a day and age where video games just work. You know, they played on the Nintendo 64 and stuff. So it's like, and then I think they had like some other consoles, but yeah, they came from an era where video games was fully developed and it wasn't halfway broken, glitchy, buggy, or, you know, they wasn't going to shut down after a certain amount of time. So, yeah, man, I just think that, you know, the only reason why a game should stop working is not because of the developers wanting to shut it down, is because that game just don't work no more. That should be the reason why that game should stop being playable. But yeah, man, let's go ahead, you know, let's see what happens with the future of gaming. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.